for documentation purposes. And we would like to acknowledge that on record the presence of our honorable DICT faculty members. The end user for this project is Mr. Inutopacio po. However, he will not be able to attend this meeting po. But he will be represented by Mr. Zairo Maniaco po.
Good morning po.
For the other back members, we have Director Jimmy Sidawaten. Good morning, sir. We also have Director Jimmy Sidawaten as the professional member. Good morning again, sir. As well as Director Gino B. Ilano as the regular member. Good morning again, sir. And this meeting is being presided by our Vice Chairperson, Director Maria Victoria. Good morning again, ma'am. Good morning po. Continue. Shown on our screen is the agenda for today. We have two agenda, which is first is the apologies po. Again po, if I may read the agenda, the first is the private conference for the procurement testing tool. The approved budget for the contract is 11 million for her.
Apologies lang po to the members of the back. We have internet problems lang po.
May intermittent disconnection.
Apologies po. To continue, the agenda for today is the private conference for the procurement of for the supply delivery installation and configuration of application code security testing tool. The approved budget for the contract is 11,490,700 pesos. The end user is Mr. Zareno Reni Pito Pasio. And our second agenda is the pre-procurement conference for the procurement of furniture, fixtures, and supplies for the enhancement of the ICT Record Center. The approved budget for the second agenda is 2,094,750 pesos. The end user is Cherry Rabulan Deco for the consideration of the back members. Having the agenda presented, may we have the approval of the back, please?
May I ask for a motion from the members of the back for the approval of
Chair.
the agenda? Yes,
Madam
Director
Chair, may I
Jemai.
move for the approval of the agenda in today's back meeting.
Second po, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you with that. Okay, agenda is approved.
Thank you po, Madam Vice Chair. May we also have your permission po to admit the other end user representative as well as the prospective bidders po for our first agenda.
Yes, please.
Good morning po to all the other end user representatives, PWG members, and our prospective bidders. Welcome to the private conference for the procurement for the supply delivery installation and configuration of application code security testing tool. For proper identification, may we request all the prospective bidders to kindly introduce yourselves. Please state your name and the company you're representing, please. May we start with iTraverse po.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm May Manggabat from iTraverse Solutions Inc.
Thank you po. Next from Mr. Andre Valconsorte, please.
Good morning, everyone. Val Consorte po from Questec Co. Inc. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Bernadette Lazaria.
Hello po, good morning. Bernadette po from my BCP.
Good morning po. Mr. Darwin Jacinto, please. Hello po. Mr.
Good morning.
Darwin Jacinto. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
May we know what company you're representing, sir, please? Hello po. Sir Darwin.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
May we know, sir, what company you're representing, please?
I'm from Trends and Technologies.
Copy po. Thank you po. Next po, Miss Janela Austriana.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Junella Asturiano from ITSDI. Thank you.
Thank you po. And Mr. Ramon Sahagon.
Good morning. I'm Ramal Sahagun from Questec.
Thank you, sir. and Mr. Raymond De Guzman.
Hi, good morning. Raymond de Guzman from ITSBL.
Thank you po. We wish to inform all the prospective bidders and the participants that this meeting is being recorded for documentation purposes and in compliance with the directive of the head of procuring entity or the HOPE through its back secretariat. This proceeding is being broadcast live pursuant to Section 38 of RA 12009 and is currently streaming via the ICT official YouTube channel at Department of ICT Philippines. This is in line with the department's commitment to uphold transparency and public accountability in all procurement processes. Madam Vice Chair, with your permission, we will now proceed to present the press mat for the first agenda.
Yes, please proceed.
Good morning, everyone. The DACT now invites bids for the project Procurement for the Supply, Delivery, Installation, and Configuration of Application Code Security Testing Tool. Bid reference number DICT-2025-103 with an approved budget for the contract of 11,490,700 pesos. Project details. The invitation to bid for the project was posted on 23 of September 2025 on the following: PhilDRIP's website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, and the ICT bulletin board. The invitations to observers for the pre-bid conference were sent on 25th September 2025 to the following: Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers, Forum Foundation Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Inc., and Philippine Computer Society. Prospective bidders who registered for today's pre-bid conference are the following: Trends and Technologies Inc., iTravel Solutions Inc., Masangkay Computer Center, MyBCP Inc., and Westec. The agenda, project details, house rules, schedule of activities, instruction to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, 2 envelope system and proper sealing and markings, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and reminders to bidders. Everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question. Limit questions to details of the procurement at hand. Instruction to bidders. For the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPP issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or IB by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices, the procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standards of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They, or through an agent, shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Eligible bidders, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership, limited to those allowed under the rules, may participate in this project. Pursuant to Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is one contract similar to the project, the value of which, adjusted to current prices of the PSA CPI, must be equivalent to. The bidder must have completed within the period specified in the invitation to bid an SLCC that is one contract similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices. Using the Philippine Statistics Authority, consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under Section 52.5 of RA 2009. Instruction to bidders, subcontract. Subcontracting is not allowed. Bid and payment currency. Payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. Bid price. Use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. The bid security. All bids must be accompanied by bid security in any acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the ITB clause per two. Each bidder shall submit one original, 2 copies of the required documents. Two envelope system and proper sealing and marking. The mother envelope shall consist 2 separate envelopes labeled as eligibility and technical documents and financial documents. For the eligibility and technical documents shall contain 3 separate envelopes labeled as eligibility and technical original copy, eligibility and technical duplicate copy, eligibility and technical triplicate copy, as well as for the financial documents shall consist of the 3 separate envelopes, financial original copy, financial duplicate copy, and financial triplicate copy. The envelope must be labeled to Department of the Information and Communications Technology, indicate the name of bidder in the capital letters, address of bidder in capital letters. Include the project title, procurement for the supply, delivery, installation, and configuration of application code, security testing tool. Indicate the bid reference number, DICT backdash 2025-103. Indicate in capital letters, do not open before October 14, 2025, 1:30 p.m. The deadline for the submission of bids is on October 14, 2025, 12 noon. And for the opening of bids is on October 14, 2025, 1:30 p.m. The checklist of technical and financial documents. Under the technical component envelope, we have the legal documents. Letter A, valid field trips registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages, in accordance with Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009. Note pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the field trips registration certificate, platinum membership must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility document shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their field trips registration certificate prior to the submission of their bids. Pursuant to PS Advisory 2020, /015 subscription. This is to administration platinum membership of merchant corporations that did not submit the latest general information sheet, reflection the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission shall be suspended. Technical component envelope, letter B, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to the 2.4.1.3 IRR of 12009 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. For its attachment, any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract. A. End user's acceptance. B. Official receipt or C and C. Sales invoice for the contract. Letter D. Original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission. Original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Note, bidders who opt to submit bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. E. Schedule of requirements. F. Conformity with technical specifications, which may include production, delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and the after sales part if applicable. Letter G. Original duly signed omnibus warrant statement or witness, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officers, sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Letter H, under the financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of the NFCC computation. Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement or JVA in case of the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance of the bid that the bid is successful. For foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension or reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. Financial component envelope, original duly signed of accomplished financial bid form, and original duly signed and accomplished price schedule. Other documentary requirements as applicable, certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder for domestic entity. For the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009. To wit, all bidders shall be required to include the cost but not income be itemized in the bid form and reflected into detailed estimate. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. For the bid data sheet, contract simulative project shall be of application code security or any cybersecurity solution, completed within 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid security declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. 574,535 pesos in the form of bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit or surety bond. Post-qualification documents within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that it submitted its lowest calculated bid. The bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR Electronic Filing and Payment System or EFPS and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bid data sheet. Forms, we have the schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus warrant statement. Bidders are highly encouraged to use the templates or forms provided to minimize errors or omissions in the forms submitted. However, failure to use the said templates forms is not ground for disqualification, provided that the form submitted includes all the mandatory provisions required in the RA 12009 and its IRR, as identified in Clause 2 of the required forms section of the bidding documents. Bid form, bid prices in figures and words. The bid price shall include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the price schedule or detailed estimates. Price schedule. Prices indicated in the price schedule shall be entered separately in the following manner. For goods offered from the PE's country, the price of the goods quoted X works, X factory, X warehouse, X showroom, or off the shelf as applicable. The cost of all sales and other taxes already paid or payable. The cost of transportation, insurance, and other costs incidental to delivery of the goods to their final destination, and the price of other incidental services, if any. Price schedule for goods offered from abroad. The price of the goods shall be quoted, delivered, duty paid, with the place of destination in the Philippines. The price of other incidental services, if any, and for services based on the form which may be prescribed by the PE in accordance with existing laws and rules and regulations. Bid securing declaration. Bidder shall enter in a contract with the PE and furnish the required performance security within 10 calendar days from receipt of notice of award. Bidders accept that it shall be automatically disqualified from bidding for any procurement contract with any PE for a period of 2 years upon receipt of the blacklisting order. It will pay the applicable fine provided under guidelines of the use of bid securing declaration within 15 days from receipt of the written demand by the PE for commission of acts resulting to the enforcement of the bid securing declaration under the pertinent provisions of the RE 12009 and its IRR. Omnibus Warrant Statement. The signatory is duly authorized representative of the bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit the bid, and sign and execute the ensuing contract accompanied by relevant notarized documents. Bidders not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units, including foreign government or international financing institutions whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB by itself or by relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with other blacklisted person or entity as defined and provided in the Uniform Guidelines on Blacklisting. Each document shall submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein true and correct. Bidder authorizes the hope or his or her duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Bidder complies with the disclosure provision under Section 81 IRR of RA 12009 in relation to other provisions of RA number 3019. Bidder complies with existing labor laws and standards. Bidder complies with the responsibilities of a prospective or eligible bidder provided in the PBDs. Bidder did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personnel, or representative of the government in relation to and any procurement project or activity. In case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations under the undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling, estafa, or commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and government of the Philippines, pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815 1930, as amended, or the revised penal code. Other required forms of the bid security aside from the bid securing declaration, performance security, warranty security. Security is posted in favor of the PE. Amount of security, which is denominated in Philippine peso, should not be less than the required percentage as follows. For bid security based on the ABC to be bid, for performance security based on the total contract price, for warranty security based on the required percentage of the progress payment or total contract price. Validity period, which should be corresponding to the time frame provided in RA 12009 and its IRR. Respective obligation or undertaking that is guaranteed relative to the faithful performance of the responsibilities stated in the relevant provisions of RA 12009 and its IRR. For surety bonds, it shall be callable upon demand issued by surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. Statement of the bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Names of outstanding contracts with other contract parties. PE or private company allowed by rules, contract date, period, and amount or value. For goods, kind of goods and dates of delivery. Statement of the bidder's SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid. Name of the completed contract with contract date, period, and amount, which should correspond to the required percentage of the ABC to be bid. The value is adjusted to the current prices using Philippine Statistics Authority consumer price indices when necessary. For goods, the relevant period or delivery date when the said SLCC was completed, and user's acceptance or official receipts or sales invoice issued for the contract is completed. Definition or description of the similar project or major categories of work. Owner certificate of acceptance or CPES rating accompanying the statement of bidder's SLCC. For owner certificate of acceptance, name of the project owner that issued the certificate, name of contractor or constructor, name of contract and contract duration. For CPS rating, a final rating of at least satisfactory. For contracts with the private sector or an equivalent document shall be submitted. Bidder's computation of NFCC or committed line of credit, CLC for goods. For NFCC, ABC to be bid, amount or a value of bidder's current assets based on audited financial statements, amount or value of bidder's current liabilities based on AFS, and amount or value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the project under ongoing contracts including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. For CLC, ABC to be bid amount, which should be at least or equal to 10% of the ABC, name of issuing foreign universal or commercial bank, as confirmed or authenticated by a local universal or commercial bank. Joint venture agreement, JVA, or notarized statements as to forming JV for goods. If a JVA is already in existence, the content shall include the responsibility of each of the JV partners or its contributions to the JV, and the contents of the notarized statements from all potential JV partners shall include that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful, and failure to enter into JVA in the event of a contract award shall be granted for bid disqualification and subsequent forfeiture of the bid security. Certification as to reciprocity to foreign bidders for goods. Foreign bidder claiming eligibility based on its country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos shall submit a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the forms, we have the bid securing declaration. Price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines. Price schedule for goods offered within the Philippines. Bid form for the procurement of goods. Omnibus warning statement. We have the schedule of requirements. Reminders to readers. Reminders to readers, the clock at the DICT lobby using the Philippine Standard Time is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the back secretariat will be assigned to receive and the bid and documents at the DICT lobby and shall stamp these as received. Readers are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety and health protocols in place, and processing of payment for bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the back secretariat. Requests for clarification should be formalized and addressed and emailed to the back at dict.gov.ph and back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on October 4, 2025, 5 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and and bulletin board at the DICT lobby. Common causes of ineligibility and disqualification, invalid PhilJobs certification, and underlying supporting documents pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, or Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJobs registration certificate. Platinum membership must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure with the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents have been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJobs registration certificate prior to the submission of the bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of single largest completed contract similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Submission of unsigned documents, submission of audited financial statement without stamp receipt of the BIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through electronic filing and payment system, there is no need for the stamp receipt of the BIR. Instead, bidder must submit their proof of AFS submission, BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns or documents with its filing reference number or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Take note that the bid securing declaration has additional mandatory provisions. Failure to submit bid securing declaration and omnibus form statement without a jurat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. Failure to submit the forms which do not contain all the mandatory provisions. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the back secretariat division at the office address provided below. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any personnel or staff aside from the authorized back secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of the bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized back secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions, and click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration, check your inbox, and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
For the technical specification po, Madam Vice Chair, as the specifications are already available online po, may we ask the prospective bidders if they have gone through the specification or if they wish that the end user provide a presentation po. From Trends and Technologies po, may we confirm if you have gone through the specification po or would you like for the end user to present po? Hello? Anyone po from Trends and Technologies, please? Or from iTraverse po?
None so far.
Nabasa niyo na po yung
Thank you.
specifications, ma'am?
Actually, it was with my with the other member of the bidding committee that we have. I'll check, ma'am.
Copy po. From Masangkay Computer Center po. Or from my BCB po. Hello po, from my BCB po.
Hello po, no question po. Thank you.
Thank you po. From Quest Tech, please.
Hi, ma'am, from Questec. So far, none, ma'am.
This is just a confirmation po na nabasa niyo na po yung specifications.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Copy, sir. Thank you po. Madam Vice Chair, the bidders confirm po that they already read the specification. May we now open the floor po for questions and answers, clarifications po if any. To all the prospective bidders po, you may now ask your questions, if any. Please raise your hand, and upon asking question, kindly state the name of the company you're representing.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yes po.
Yes, ma'am. Raymond from ITSDI. Ma'am, with regards, my first question is with regards on the licensing. It mentions that you need a 1 year subscriptions, but it doesn't define what exact license you need in terms of the application security testing. Is it per number of applications or for number of users?
Thank you for that po. Sir, for the end user po, may we request to present and walk through the posted bidding documents po in response to the bidder's query, please. Thank you po. May I request Sir Zairo po? Or anyone po from the insert team po to kindly present the posted bidding documents.
Thank you. In a while.
Okay po.
Hello?
Hello po.
Yes, ma'am. Does the question has been answered na po ba?
I'm sorry, sir, hindi pa po. May we request end user, please?
Again po, ma'am.
Not yet, sir. The end user is pulling out the bidding documents po. May we ask again, sir, your question po?
With regards on the license subscriptions that that they needed, it only mentions that a 1 year subscription license, but it doesn't mention what license that they need. Are they using they will they want to use the license per user or per number of applications that are needed to be scanned?
Hello, good morning.
So, Mr. Chair, Ms. Madam Vice Chair, and also Sir Raymond. So for this one po, we are procuring a solution that has a useful life of 1 year or 1 year license. Then the solution must support the following testing methodology, that is SAST and SPA. Then for the 1.4, it is specified that the solution must support unlimited number of application code security scan jobs.
Okay, sir. How many users are we looking at on this, sir?
For that, maybe around 5, sir.
Copy, sir.
Any questions po? Again po, is there any other questions po from the other prospective bidders, please? Madam Vice Chair, looks like there's no questions na po from the prospective bidders. May we have your permission po to present the final reminders po, please?
Yes, please present.
For the final reminders po, if you have further queries or clarification, you may send your email po to the back secretariat at back@pact.gov.ph and back.secretariat@pact.gov.ph. The deadline for the request for clarification is on October 4, 2025 at 5 p.m. For the copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and bulletin board at the DICT lobby. Again po, you still have until October 4, 5 p.m. to submit your clarifications po. Thank you po. Madam Vice Chair, that's all po from our side. And we would like to thank po our prospective bidders for joining us today. You may visit po the DICT official YouTube channel at the Department of ICT Philippines for the copy of these proceedings po. That's all from our side po, Madam Vice Chair, for this agenda po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to everyone and for attending our activity this morning. So you may be excused.
Thank you po.